They follow you anywhere, they do. Once you bond like that, very close.
After 15 years, Lee travelled to New Haven Park to renew her relationship with Luskin star.
I called his name and he looked up. I got a little lump in my throat. He come over and then we just clicked. I just didn't want to leave him then. I love horses. And I love him very, very much. He's a very special horse.
He was quite a stylish looking yearling for a 2-year-old then. He was very handsome sort of guy. And he had a presence about him, you know.
I met Max Lees on several occasions, and I would like to pay a special tribute in honour of the work that Max has done with the racing industry, with friends throughout the Hunter Valley, and of course his connection with Luskin Star as a wonderful trainer. I know that Chris, his son, will follow in his footsteps, and he will have many of his father's friends follow his career in the racing industry. We wish him well.
Lovely man. All the races that he won, he never forgot. He was always a very nice man. Like we went everywhere together with Luskin, so we bonded pretty close because of Luskin. But yeah, I miss them both.
Luskin Star spent the remainder of his life at New Haven Park Stud until his death on the 1st of July 2002.
At the end of the day, we were sorry, I suppose, that we sold him, but with Max Lees training him and being local, so local as, you know, it suited our stud, which we were trying to develop. And in a way, we got as much out of that as anybody because it helped us market our horses. Hard to get a good name anywhere, isn't it? Easy to get a bad one, but you know, that helped us no end. We were pretty well informed all the time from Max about how he was going and where he was going. And we followed along a fair bit, didn't we? We didn't miss too many races that he won.
Chic presented Jim O'Neill with a copy of the Luskin Star song as a token of his contribution to Australian racing.
We have the Luskin Star song sung by us, the Chic Dreamers, and we would like you to have the CD tape.
Oh, thank you.
With our good wishes.
Thank you, Chic. This will bring back a lot of memories, won't it?
Yes, it
certainly will.
I had a lot of rides, I had a lot of winners for Max. I won, you know, a lot of races on. And he put me on his good horses, you know. He was a lovely bloke. He was a real good bloke. And I was 14-year-old when I come here. And he used to always walk down to the bottom stables with this bucket with all needles and bottles in. And I never knew, and I said, "Oh, what are they?" And he says, "I'm a doctor." And then for years I thought he was a doctor. And I still, if you look in my phone now, you'll see the doc. I have the doc's number in my phone. And I used to call him Doc.
And carry on, mate.
Yeah, well, that was a thriller. Kristen Lees rang me on the Monday night and he said, "Al, Dad's just passed away." I said, "Really?" God, I wrote his last winner for him as a live person, the doc, on Carry On Betty at Taree. I rang him on the Friday night. I'd ring him after every race meet. I said, "Doc, that thing well all right today?" And he said, "Yeah." And he says, "I can't talk long tonight, Al." He said, "I'm a bit out of breath." He said, "Come and see me over the weekend or something." I said, "All right, I'll catch up with you." And I did, and I'd rode every day. Never had time to catch up. Monday, Kristen rang and said his dad had died. He said, "Make sure you go tomorrow." He said, "Dad would want you to ride it." So I went there and rode Carry On Mate. It's like we had help, you know, the easy time we had in front. And, the older trainers, they used to always meet, you know, you'd meet out the front of Max's stables to talk at the track. He was a good bloke, where Paul Perry was a different bloke, he stuck to himself. Max was different, and he was a good man.
Dad, I think I left school about 1988, worked for Dad. I was his foreman for about 17 years until he passed away, and I took over the stable after that, and certainly he's a huge influence on my life, not only my career but my life as well, and yeah, he's the reason I'm training now from what I learnt from him through them years.
Well-known Newcastle poet Lindsay Young wrote a tribute to Max Lees. In part, he says, "Broadmeadow has gone silent now. It doesn't seem the same. There's something special missing. It's a crying bloody shame. But I fancy in the early hours, when all the world's asleep, if you listen hard, you might just hear a muffled galloping beat. You might hear a stopwatch ticking, and you might just see a man gazing through binoculars from up there in the stand. You'll recognise him straight away, but you won't interrupt. You'll know it's Max Lees setting God's horse to win the Group 1 Heaven Cup." Chris recently inspected some of the information Chic has compiled on his late father Max and his connection with Luskin Star.
Newcastle has had a wonderful history of horse racing and training. Luskin Star and Max Lees are names that are synonymous with the success of horse racing in our region. In more recent times, we've seen the success of Choisir and Paul Perry. So there's a long lineage there of successful horses and successful trainers. Speaking of Luskin Star, the endeavours of that horse and its achievements is something that we can all be proud of. Max Lees is a well-known trainer, and he put a lot of effort into getting the horse to the winning stage that it achieved. The combination of horse and trainer, to me, typifies the way this Newcastle city operates: cooperation, hard work and achieving a goal. The facilities at Broadmeadow, in respect to the quality of horse racing, is something that we can be very, very proud of as a city. So we're lucky to have the history, the people who contribute to the history, the horses of the quality, and the ability to press on in the face of difficulties. Those difficulties and achievements are exemplified in the way Luskin Star went about the business of winning races, and the way Max Lees was able to lead the horse through his very credible training to those wins. It's something that inspires the city and inspires us for the future, and I can't think of a better way to do that than to pay credit to Luskin Star and Max Lees for what they've given this city to build on.
And as for Princess Muruni Tiaramo Tuwetni Tamaniapoto, Chic continues to seek information about the history of Australian racing, only recently adding to her never-ending collection a set of chrome-plated shoes worn by Luskin Star, a snip of hair from his mane and tail, and a set of miniature colours worn by jockey John Wade. Thanks to Chic Cooper, the memory of these great Australian champions will live on.